so I was being targeted also. So I couldn't get to go back out there because my life was in danger. Well, I started windscreen wiping at a tender age while I was going to school because there was no funding at the time. My mommy had about 4 of us at the time. She had her last one recently, but she had 4 of us at the time. So it was very hard on her. So I'd have to do something to make her ends meet.
So take me back. What was it like in the home? Mommy is struggling. You're there watching her.
Well, it was very hard for us. It was very hard. I can tell you. Who feels it knows it, I can tell you. But at the end of the day, I have a determination to say, I want a change. So I'd have to start from somewhere. So I started at Devon House, start wiping glasses to gain a little more so I can facilitate myself to go to school. So I didn't have to rely upon mommy. How would I say out there was like dog eat dog. But you have to firm because if you're not firm, you're gonna lose your way out there. So I have to keep my composure out there, keep my discipline, keep my honesty to keep going forward because it was very rough out there. I was making about like $5,000 a week, $6,000 a week. Based on how hard you go out there, you make money. Trust me, you have to cope with a lot of disrespect when you're out there. People disrespect you. And some people are even better than you. Not saying we were better than each other, but for instance, people live their life and you might, you're a little young, you're seeking a little dollar, then feel like them throw the money on the ground and tell you this and that, tell you about your mother. Disrespect you for some reason that you don't know of. Sometimes, I know they might tell you do wipe them glasses and so forth. But sometimes you have to do it because you want a little dollar in your pocket. So not only a dollar, it's not only a dollar because that same dollar can help you take care of certain needs that you want. So you have a reason why you need the money. So you understand?
So how did you balance windscreen wiping and school?
Well, I wait till I leave school in the evening, then I started to wipe down into the 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, then I was there. When I reached back home in the night, I started doing my homework and so forth. Well, I didn't get to complete high school, but I went to a secondary institution where I'm trying to pursue my schooling. I'm still doing it right now still. While I was going to school, I also get caught up in some other stuff like my peers, my schoolmates was in some gang war. So I had to withdraw from school because I was from Majestic Garden and the school was on Spanish Town Road that starts out that area. So there was a gang war going on. I was sparring with some guys. So they were being targeted, so I was being targeted also. So I couldn't get to go back out there because my life was in danger. In 2017, when I started the whole program, it gave me hope. So I told myself there was no turning back. So I just want to go forward. And that was my aim. It teach me how to socialize with other person. It teach me how to communicate. And it also teach me discipline. First thing is, them say I have to put God first. So that was my first thing. I put God first. Then everything that I wanted, I analyzed what I didn't wanted and what I wanted, I aim for.
So have you been back out to the streets when you see these other young boys wiping windscreen? How do you feel?
Well, it just reminds me of where I'm coming from. But I normally pass out there and give the youth them a word of advice. Like the other day, the whole program was giving out some flyers. So I went out there, I printed some myself, up the office up here, I printed some. And I went out there and I issued them to each and every individual out there. I wouldn't say I'm still a part of the program, but I still affiliate with the program because if them call me up to do anything regarding the program, I'm willing. Because I want this message to reach out there to the young guys out there that hope is still exists. Them say the garrison, the place where you come from, sometimes reflect you. But that's not how I see it anymore. You understand? I used to see it like that, but that's not how I see it anymore. I do believe people in garrisons still can come out to something good. So I'm saying this, if you feel like your community is going to define you, you got to rethink again and get yourself and go there for good, for better.